Madison, the plan is just that. Change the state's constitution to make it clear women have the right to an abortion. It'll require a 2/3 vote by the legislature and then a 2/3 vote by the general public. And Madison, it's possible. A Public Policy Institute of California poll found that about 80% of voters do not want Roe v. Wade to be overturned. Governor Gavin Newsom teamed up with top state lawmakers to change California's constitution to explicitly state a woman has the right to an abortion.
My goal is to get this on the ballot for November, working with the stakeholders and partners.
The draft released by the Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade would hand the power back down to the states. California already has protections in place. Planned Parenthood of California CEO Jody Hicks said if this leaked draft shows anything, it's that 50 years of legal precedent holds no water.
If we can put any layers of protection, not just for today, but for our future generations, then, I'm personally grateful that they're willing to do that. And, this is the first time that we're leaving to our children less rights than we had.
Leaders say they're preparing for an influx of women from across the country, as about half the states are projected to ban abortions once the decision is finalized. Dr. Daniel Grossman told me he's already seeing an increase.
They are choosing to travel to California, even though it's not the closest place where they could go to access care.
What's the cost of this? Women's Caucus Chair Christina Garcia told me that's where a bill that's making its way through the legislature comes into play.
It's a way for us to have a public-private partnership, so we could be collecting private dollars to help fund the expenses of both traveling out of state, but also paying for the medical care, legal expenses that might be accrued in there as well.
Atkins adding they're not proposing using the state's surplus because of the generosity she knows will pour in. Republican Assembly member Kevin Kiley called the state's response to a draft irresponsible.
And is trying to sort of intervene and even perhaps intimidate the court with, very explosive language.
Kiley is running for Congress, and on the national level, Joe Biden is asking Congress to step in and pass protections for women across the country, something Kiley told me he would not support, Chris.
Now, Morgan, there are some estimates the state is expecting millions of women to travel to California to get an abortion. Have we already started to see an influx?
Chris, months ago, when the discussion about overturning Roe v. Wade first started, a clinic doctor told me he was getting calls from women across the country to set up appointments. Everyone I spoke to today, including that same clinic doctor, told me they are seeing an increase. An exact number, though, I don't have yet.
Our Morgan Reiner reporting live for us tonight in the newsroom. Morgan, thank you.